war. Ships are sinking. Men are dying. It is September 1939. While German panzer divisions race toward Warsaw, the German Navy, powerful, efficient, its morale high, prepares for a greater, more decisive struggle, the Battle of the Atlantic. Hitler's admirals know that command of the sea means the death of Great Britain and victory in Europe. They also know if the stronger Royal Navy bars the way on the surface, victory may be won in the depths. At the outbreak of war, they begin expanding their U-boat fleet by as much as 1,000% a month. Germany's ablest scientists and technicians concentrate on perfecting the submarine, multiplying its range and deadliness. For fascism to survive, it must kill. The time has come, and Hitler hurls his U-boats into the Atlantic to ravage and destroy. The elite of the Nazi Navy, its best commanders, its most highly trained crews, man the submarines. To them falls the crucial mission of isolating Great Britain, of severing the arteries that feed her. If enough of England's ships are sunk, the issue will not be in doubt. England starves, Europe dies. As war begins, England expands her now hopelessly inadequate merchant marine. In addition, hundreds of escort vessels are desperately needed to protect the cargo ships. For months to come, they will be pitifully few. Patiently, doggedly, Englishmen build the ships which make so little showing in the statistics of naval strength, the ships without which England cannot live. Canada's men and material enlist in the cause of decency and survival. Canada is quick to act with all her means. Precious goods from her farms and arsenals are loaded aboard ancient, poorly armed merchant ships. Makeshift convoy set out for the perilous crossing under the patchwork protection of converted yachts, the fishing fleet, and, if they are lucky, a ship or two of the hard-pressed Royal Canadian Navy. The sailors are sustained chiefly by the knowledge that the sea is wide and the U-boats cannot cover every mile of every route. It's a pitiful, feeble way of making war, hoping, pray to dodge the enemy. War can be tedious, boring. Weeks of monotonous routine become almost unbearable for sailors who live under the constant threat of an enemy attack. Theirs is a cruel death, should they be torpedoed. The convoy cannot stop. It must go on until it reaches England, or until it's spotted by the Germans, whose submarines are prowling, shadowing, waiting to move in for the slaughter. Feeble escorts fight back, but are seldom effective. How can World War I equipment cope with World War II submarines? But the sub must be fought. If the war at sea is deadly, the war on land seems phony. The Sitzkrieg is on, fought with propaganda balloons and leaflets, slogans and serenades. The Maginot Line seems impregnable, and the French soldiers relax. But the Germans are not dancing. Their strength is building. Their plans are laid. Hitler's finger is on the trigger. Holland is crushed. Belgium is smashed. France is broken. Dunkirk. What man can know that this is the prelude to England's finest hour? Britain's sea power rescues Britain's army, but at a cost of abandoning all its equipment and all its stores. The British stand stripped of their armor, their weapons struck from their hands. It is the hour of catastrophe. It is the hour of the Brown Triumph. The path of glory leads to the forest of Compiègne. With vulgar histrionics, the Nazis staged France's humiliation in the same railway car where the Germans capitulated 22 years earlier. The French surrender, and it is Hitler's turn to dance. But conquest ends at the English Channel, where sea power blocks the way. Yet with the French ports in German hands, the striking power of the Nazis grows enormously. The enemy moves into powerful new positions that menace England's very shores. Now the submarine bases are a mere night's run from the ship lanes that sustain England's life. Now the U-boats are at England's throat. 6 weeks of blitzkrieg has made them 10 times as dangerous as before, 20 times as potent.